primary appraisal and secondary appraisal are concepts from psychology, specifically in the context of stress and coping. Primary appraisal refers to the initial evaluation that a person makes when they encounter a potential stressor. It involves determining whether the situation is a threat, a challenge, or irrelevant. Secondary appraisal, on the other hand, occurs after the primary appraisal and involves assessing the resources and options available to cope with the stressor. This includes evaluating one's ability to manage the situation and considering strategies to deal with it. Now let's look at some examples to better understand these appraisals. For primary appraisal, imagine a student who finds out they have an important exam coming up. The student may evaluate whether this exam is a threat to their academic standing, a threat, an opportunity to show their knowledge, a challenge, or something that does not concern them at the moment, irrelevant. For secondary appraisal, the same student would reflect on their study habits, resources, and support systems to see if they can prepare effectively for the exam and avoid stress. They might consider studying with friends or seeking help from a teacher to ensure they feel equipped to succeed. Understanding primary and secondary appraisal is important because it highlights how people perceive and respond to stress. These appraisals influence emotional reactions. For example, how someone feels about an upcoming exam may depend on whether they view it as a manageable challenge or an overwhelming threat. This knowledge helps psychologists and educators recognize that individuals can respond differently to the same stressor based on their appraisals, which can impact both mental health and performance. Now let's look at some applications of these concepts. In mental health therapy, understanding a client's primary and secondary appraisals can help therapists tailor their interventions. For instance, if a person perceives a difficult task as a threat, they might need strategies to shift their perspective to view it as a challenge instead. Educational programs can also incorporate these ideas by teaching students effective coping skills like time management and stress reduction techniques to enhance their secondary appraisal and help them feel more prepared. Finally, it's important to explore related concepts that connect to primary and secondary appraisal. One related idea is coping strategies, which are the methods people use to handle stress. Coping can be problem-focused, aimed at solving the issue, linked to secondary appraisal, or emotion-focused, aimed at managing feelings about the threat, linked to primary appraisal. Another related concept is the stress process itself, which includes the relationship between stressors, appraisals, and coping responses, illustrating how these appraisals fit into our overall understanding of stress management.